The Israeli military is conducting extensive strikes on Hamas targets in Gaza after talks on further hostage releases stalled. Gaza's health ministry says 310 Palestinians have been killed in the biggest wave of air attacks since January ceasefire. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has instructed the military to take strong action against Hamas after the group's refusal to release hostages and its rejection of all ceasefire proposals. The Israeli military says it will continue attacks against Hamas and Gaza's infrastructure and expand the campaign beyond airstrikes. Hamas says Netanyahu and his government are responsible for overturning the ceasefire. A White House spokesperson told Fox News that Israel consulted with the United States prior to the strikes. Israel's attacks follow nearly 2 months of a ceasefire, during which dozens of Hamas-held hostages were exchanged for almost 2,000 Palestinian prisoners. Our correspondent Rami Amagari reports from Gaza.
Yes, actually, what is going on the ground here is a massive Israeli operations against, or massive Israeli actions against the Gaza Strip for a series of Israeli airstrikes hit various targets or various locations across the region for over the past few hours since the dawn today, during one of the days of Ramadan. This, according to Israeli statements, official statements from the officials, the politicians, the military, that is intended at a response to Hamas's refusal, rejection to release Israeli hostages, and the deadlocked talks in Qatar and Egypt over either the extension of the first phase of the ceasefire which was reached in January, or to go into a second phase. Hamas insisted that Israel should comply with the items, with the provisions of the ceasefire deal, the original one for the first phase, and that will end up with an Israeli withdrawal from Gaza and wanted guarantees. Israel has said that it is now the actions are intended against Hamas, and that's true. Many leaders of Hamas have been killed during the airstrikes over the past few hours, including politicians, militants, members of parliament. But the fact is that these hits have also claimed the lives of family members of those Hamas leaders inside their homes, like the case with the Nusayrat refugee camp when an Israeli airstrike hit the home of the chief of government committee within Hamas in Gaza, killing his family members and injuring many others.